First and second matches are both very, very interesting. We're going to have to probably, I mean, hopefully, do a lot of analyzing. I will say, I was going through submissions. I only got 110 this week, which either means, again, cheating is down or less people are playing. And 2, bro, the amount of reports I got that were all 4 zeros. I was like, I can't watch only 4 zeros. That makes it very boring. So I got just so many blatant cheater matches. So this is a call for the YouTube audience when they're watching this. If you have good matches that are, you know, oh, I don't know if they're actually cheating or not, please send those, because I'm getting a lot of just blatant 5-stack cheaters, and while that is an interesting topic, it's not good for a hour-long video. So anyways, in this first match we have Carl Tanner, who's accusing Royal Tooth. We're gonna watch through this first, and then I'm gonna tell you why they were accused specifically, but we'll see if we can actually notice anything without telling you the information first. A lot of aim training going on. He is Kaid, so he normally should be setting up sight, but he's just trying to aim train. You should do a how many cheaters can we showcase in 1 hour? I could do that one of these weeks and just go through all the very blatant matches. But I don't know if people would find that interesting. Okay, he didn't even put down his gadgets. He's just going for a spawn peek right away. That was weird. He opened it for spawn peek, but he never actually peeked. Why would you not peek that? It's not like, I don't think he'd be able to hear them sprinting down the ruins that easily. Also, he still has not put down a single claw. Then he lost the fight. I don't think he had any reason to know that Buck was deep in that corner, because Buck could be back here on the right. But instead he just like looked over here. But let me make sure. Did Jaeger see him go into the corner or anything? Oh, he did. So maybe he called it out. If they're in a 5-stack, that would easily be call-outable. Just be like, hey, he's at close left of the door, and you swing this and you look. And he pre-fires, dies. Okay, round 1, not much. One thing's for sure, his mouse sensitivity is way too high. Kind of agree, he was flicking a lot, but maybe that's just what it takes to be a good gunner. 0 gadgets put down again. 4 Banshees in pocket. If this were my teammate, I'd be pretty pissed. I don't care if we're winning. If he's not putting down a single piece of utility to help sight, I'm gonna be a little upset. He's kind of just like standing out in the open. These aren't really smart positions to be hiding in. He sprays first, but then one taps the Blackbeard. So, I won't spoil the rest of it, but the one thing to keep in mind is, you guys would have noticed it, this is a champ level lobby. It does feel like this is not how champs normally play. The Hasham peeking was more champ-like, but he just dies. So far 1 and 2. Not doing too great, but for the first time in this round, he's actually setting up sight. And it's only when he's playing an operator who doesn't actually need to put down anything. But this time he's hoping. He actually shotgunned opened a hole. I'm going to play Devil's Advocate. I had a glitch where I couldn't put my gadgets down or my cam. The Devil's Advocate would make sense there if he tried to put down gadgets, but literally every single round he's just walking around aim training, and he's never once actually tried to put down a gadget. Like, he never went up to a corner or, like, looked at a wall ready to throw a kite claw. Like, he literally just been walking around trying to just aim train. And I think if he had that bug, we would notice at least once where he tries to put something down, and he, like, walks into the corner, he's like, why can't I do anything? And then he just leaves. But we have not had that once. He is about to approach someone on the staircase. Who... I just want to see. Are they just holding? Yeah, they are holding. Let me rewind this real quick. So Amaru sprints away, which he would be able to hear. I do find it a little weird that he doesn't check anything. Like, he just knows it's clear. But I guess it is a 2v5, and he's under the assumption that the one person standing there has just sprinted away. But then the weird part here, he has no knowledge of where Amaru is. No one's on drones or cams watching. And instead of, like, checking, because, like, what if she's in Aviator? What if she's in Vault? For whatever reason, or like even holding this or in the hallway, he doesn't check anything. He just sprints, and then as soon as he's finally about to confront her, he aims down sight and then tries to shoot her as she vaults over. For someone who's like barely doing anything, this feels like way too convenient for him. Cheater. I'm already leaning on the edge of cheater, but we'll show you the next round and then the reason specifically why they were accused, because obviously they're not running around killing everyone. He is holding a bunch of nonsense, which could be again to try to throw them off, or maybe he genuinely doesn't know where they are. It didn't really look like any of those shots hit, but I think that was lag. He hit here, and blood came out, but Zofia was here. So he's probably lagging, or there's always the possibility of having one of those like aim assist cheats where it hits them even if you miss them. Okay, let's see. Last round, he's playing Deimos, which is usually cheater's favorite operator, because then you can just live track someone and make it look less obvious. Just like Pulse was always a favorite of cheaters. But Deimos is also a good operator. Even realize he was staring right at mute. Just making sure. I was looking at the report file. I feel like hold up. He aims right above the last defender, tries to flick over at the wall on them. The last two defenders are just hiding. They don't want to lower their KD. So they're just baiting. Do you guys think he's cheating based off what we've seen? He seems to react a lot, which makes him look more legitimate. But he also seems to just know where people are all the time without ever droning or doing anything and just always being ready. This is his actual account, lurk.fiu. He is currently 326 in the world champ. Last season he was top 3 champ with 446 matches played, which I think is pretty low for a top 3 champ. So here was my weird aspect of it. So here's my account, okay? You know, just as good as him. But you can look at my overall stats. I'm level 1,686 with 18,000 matches played and almost 9,000 hours played, according to R6 Tracker. He is somehow 800 levels above me with 8,000 less, or 18,000 less matches played and 5,000 less hours. And I know what you guys are probably thinking. Well, it's a console count that came over to PC. And normally I agree with you because he only started playing on PC in Collision Point, which was the, what's it called? Crossplay season. But he doesn't have a console account. Because if you have a console account, you can click here and you can go between the PC account and the console account. But everything points at him being a console player coming to PC. But also, he doesn't aim or move like an actual PC player. Or like a controller player. He aims and moves like a PC player. In ranked, he consistently has decent headshot ratings. 75 plus is like the average, it looks like. 71 on the day. 63 on the day. Which is pretty high. It's not impossible, but pretty high. He wins a lot, and in his encounters, he has a lot of people who he plays with. This person somehow only Emerald. Actually, it's because he only played 35 matches. So it looks like they probably have a 5-stack. I don't know if I believe that they're legit, though. So 1.6 KD with an 86% win rate, top 300 champ. But they just look, I don't know, they look like they don't care. I feel like if you ever go to a top account or a top champ, like they are doing a full site setup, they know what to do, they have coordinated plays, but he's like walking around, not using any of his gadgets, not using any of his utility at all. He somehow has one of the highest levels in the entire game. I think that actually might be like the highest level in the entire game. Oh no, his level is 3,000, never mind. But either way, that's still like, he is somehow that high up with so few matches and so few hours played compared. So again, King George above him has 5 times the hours and 32 times the amount of matches. And I don't think if you disconnect your console account to your main account that it disconnects it here. Like, I think it has to link it. So I don't know. The account just seems weird. This does not feel like a real account, especially with the levels and the time played. I think something's going on. I don't think they're a real account. Either they somehow purchased all those levels or purchased that account. But it ain't real. What if he also plays a lot of dual front? That would show up as matches and stuff. There is no way for him to be the level that he is legitimately without something going on. The only possibility that would be like a legitimate thing would be is if he actually had a console account linked and somehow unlinked it and then it never showed the history of that, but somehow he maintained his level. Anything that he would do to raise his level would show up on the account. The next match is going to probably be a little bit of the same. Weird accounts. They might not be necessarily blatantly cheating, but the accounts are weird. In this match, we have XQQRS6, who's I assume Wild Hero, who's accusing it's Azaunis. Oh, I thought it was 2 people, but I think it's just 1 person. So this is the Xbox username apparently, and then he also has the PC username of the person. Because it's the same name, but yeah, he said 1 for PC, 1 for Xbox. So he's accusing the Azaunis guy, and he is apparently playing on his Xbox account, because this is his Xbox username. He has a different username for PC. And if he was on PC, we should be seeing the PC username. Do people use unlock tools or something like that to boost their levels? Unlock tools don't boost levels. There is no way to cheat to boost levels by just like downloading a cheat and doing it. It doesn't work like that. I'm trying to watch to make sure if he is on console. He is doing the like quick aim down sight so that he can lean. Another Warden cheating. We don't know for sure if he's cheating. I think if he was cheating there, he wouldn't look so dumb. But this is also apparently an Xbox account. And the reason I pull it up is because if he is blatantly cheating on Xbox, that is a real problem. He has 0 recoil. Like, that gun didn't move 1 bit. Oh my god. Buggy. It looks like the gun is trying to move up, but is being forced back down when he shoots. You'd be able to hear the Monty jump in the window. Oh, he literally has 0 recoil. I think you can tell with the SMG-12 here. I know, like, SMG-12 is a console weapon, but, like, this doesn't move at all. It just stays perfectly flat. So for sure, he has a recoil macro, right? Or, like, recoil cheat. 100%. So this is the issue with having console players be moved to PC lobbies when they get mousetrapped, is that now we have to deal with them also having 0 recoil, which is still cheating. And it looks like he's only using SMG-12. Did they ban? Oh, we can't see who they banned. Yeah. I think for sure that has to be a macro. Again, I'm not a console player, so I don't know how console players aim, but I don't think they're aiming that well. Where does he die? Where does he die? Or, oh, he leaves. I was like, I was waiting for him to die. I was like, oh, he's just laying here. I didn't realize that he leaves the game. He left to save his KD. Does that save your KD? So the Glaz still gets a kill, but the Vigil, the cheater, does not get a death, which is annoying. The concerning part for me is that macros like this are becoming so commonplace that there are a lot of people who are like, who cares? At least it's not walls, or it's not cheating because it's not like blatant aimbot. But like, this is still cheating. No matter what people try to argue against you, using a macro like this that gives you 0 recoil is cheating. And you can see like the gun keeps like going up and just immediately gets pulled back down. Sure, maybe it's more counterable than like an aimbot or something, but he gets team killed. It's more counterable and you can beat it, but it's still cheating. So this is a count on console. As you can see, he was playing somewhat consistently recently, and then he clearly got mousetrapped, because if we go to his match history, we can probably see oh, so the last time he played on this account on Xbox was 2 months ago, and then he stopped playing. And then if we go over to PC, oh, he actually, okay, hold on, I think I figured something out. This is how many times he played arcade on Xbox. 2024, 2024, twice in 2025, okay? And then on PC, when he got mousetrapped, and then I got moved over to PC lobbies, he only played arcade. Because you know what he was probably doing? He was probably trying to unmousetrap himself. He's like, oh, I'll just play a bunch of arcade, and then I'll get back on console. But then he never got unmousetrapped. So now he's just like, fuck it, I guess I'll play on PC. And he's destroying lobbies because he went 9-4, 11-4, 12-4. Because he is still zimming and using a recoil cheat on console, but now in PC lobbies. And I know that Ubisoft has claimed that when a mousetrap player gets moved over to PC lobbies, they get PC recoil. But I feel like I doubt that, because if he had PC recoil, his SMG-12 macro wouldn't work as well, because the recoil would be 12% larger, or 30% larger. So I think it's kind of bullshit. I think they still get controller recoil even when on PC, when they're mousetrapped, which just gives them a super unfair advantage. Yeah, so he got mousetrapped and is now just cheating on PC, repercussion free. I feel like they should do something about that, or like at least verify that it's actually working, because I don't think it's working. I feel like they're for sure able to just cheat on PC now, and they won't get banned because they're technically mousetrapped and it's everything's fine. If you get mousetrapped 3 times, you get PC lobbies for 90 days. So if you get mousetrapped once, is it just a month? Because if so, that makes sense then. So in March, he got mousetrapped. He played on PC for a month until the end of March, and then he never played again. He went back to console. And then it looks like in June, he maybe got mousetrapped again? Actually, no, this is the same season. Then in June, he came back for a few matches, played a bunch of arcade. I think he kept trying to go back to console, and then now he's just like maybe permanently mousetrapped. Because it's been a month, and he still can only play on PC. He has not played anything on console. He has not played anything on console since July 7th. So he definitely got fully mousetrapped. Well, he deserves it. Still a cheater. I don't care what anyone says. Using macros, using recoil cheats, it's cheating. No ifs, ands, or buts. There is no possible discussion about it. You are a cheater, and that is it. Okay, moving on to the third match. We have Embedded Chaos, who's accusing the barcode, as well as the real Dr. Dad, who's actually old idea. This is a console lobby. We have a rook with no name, and we also have Bravo with the name Check Yo Neck, who has spaces, and that is not possible on PC. So yeah, we have Embedded Chaos who's accusing real Dr. Dad and barcode. Barcode is Ash. I assume probably going to be blatant. Oh. Maybe not blatant. Maybe just a good player. No. I think he's still cheating, even with this ping. So, like, he lines them up. He peeks. Doesn't even worry about being pre-fired, and then pre-fires as Vigil peaks. And look at that recoil control. He's not even holding it down. And then he gets another kill right after. If he can't even control a small burst from the gun, I don't think he's legit. Yeah, and he just lined her up. So, okay, Ash is definitely cheating. Blatantly cheating. And then I believe Old Idea is the other person who we're going to investigate more of. Yeah, I assume here we're going to see Ash just pre-fire someone or line them up. Oh, that one actually looked more legit, but obviously the Azami one was, I'd say, a pretty big nail in the coffin for cheating. I would assume he hears Rook running around above him, or Legion. Kills the falling defender. Then he kills Kaid here. I was bold to just move into the C4, but fine. He just tried to shoot them through the wall. Fucker actually did get the kill. That's free. Do we have to watch Ash? I feel like it's pretty obvious he's cheating, right? Maybe I just watch the Buck to see if he's also cheating. If he knows someone's an elevator, like he's ready for it, I'd be... Oh, actually, never mind. Phone rings. He kills them. I don't think this guy is cheating. I think he is just walking around a lot. But I don't think he's cheating. I think this guy is cheating. He's just like dumb wide peeking. He's like, yeah, he's not even controlling his recoil half the time. The enemies are bad, but He should not be able to just do all this. I don't think the Buck is cheating. I think just the Ash is cheating. Also, I'm going back. You guys are saying that you're not convinced that the Ash is cheating. I mean, what we'll quickly do. So this is the Ash's account. A 3.33 KD in unranked, a 1.11 KD in ranked. Previously, before this season, the best that they ever did in ranked 1.0 was a 0.5 KD in platinum. Now they have a 1.1 KD in gold. Oh no. Being gone and always being negative KD. Like, okay, look at this. Before he came back, every season except for one, he was negative. And then now for 2 seasons, I know this is only 2 matches, but he's positive. After being gone for a year. I'm pretty convinced he's cheating. I don't think old idea is cheating. He's probably just getting better. How do you get better at a game that you take a year break from? Explain that to me. How do you spend 2 years playing a game and staying terrible, leave the game for a year, come back, and you're suddenly better? We'll watch all the kills this round just in case, but again, I'm pretty convinced old idea is not cheating, barcode is cheating. Slow reaction. And then he dies to Rook. Someone's pinging the Rook. He looks up there by the ping. Gets fucking destroyed. Ying gets 1 kill in this round. Oh my god, what am I watching? So again, this is the guy who has 9 kills. He doesn't really seem to even know the layout of the map that well. But he has 9 kills. I would say out of all the rounds we've watched, this is probably the least suspicious round so far. But the first 2, when he's just walking around headshotting people while somehow giving the gun more recoil than it actually has. I don't know. It's the only kill he gets this round. He's a bot with 10 kills. I assume there's an impact hole there that we can't see. I'll go back to the first round and rewatch what he did with Ash. I don't know. I think he's just a bad player with cheats. Again, taking a year break from the game, coming back and just being better magically, it doesn't really happen. He also has the full W7M loadout, which I know it doesn't mean a whole lot, but I can't imagine many people who would take a year break from the game, come back, and immediately buy like a $20 bundle, you know? Okay, I'm gonna restart that round because it's not showing the zombies and the line scans seemed a little buggy. 1 year of not playing does trigger skill decay? It doesn't, because that's not in the game. It only just got added this season, and it doesn't take effect until next season, so... There is no skill decay. He's not facing easier lobbies. He's still facing the same lobbies he was facing when he had a 0.5 KD. But somehow he is doing a lot better. He could have another account for all we know. I don't know many people who really suck on one account, so they make a new account, play on that exclusively for 1 year, and then come back to play on this account full time. That seems like a bit of a stretch for a lot of you guys. And again, he doesn't pre-fire that, even though... Just to rewind. So, in his mind, he pings. He knows Vigil's here, but instead of pre-firing it like a normal person, he just holds and waits. Vigil is not visible. And then as soon as Vigil starts peeking, he pre-fires. So why did he not pre-fire the first time when there was a hole? And then don't forget about how bad that recoil is there. You can't control it at all. And then here, we'll slow it down and we'll see if there is justifiable reason for him to get this kill onto a zombie. As far as I am aware, yeah, there's a double zombie setup. He can't see her at all, but maybe the line scan didn't show up properly, and now it will. So even though she doesn't get lion scan there, and the last lion scan is right there. Actually, I can't tell. Is it not showing it properly? Should she get pinged here again, or was that last cooldown still this ping? So she moves, she gets pinged, and then there's another ping. I can't remember if the line scan's supposed to ping 4 times or 3 times. If it would ping here, it would make sense, but even then, actually no, it should ping here, and Ash is just spraying to the right and killing a zombie. I still don't think that makes sense. Again, on an account that left for over a year, came back, and suddenly is doing better. I think it's just a bad cheater. Again, 0.8 or 0.5, 0.8, 0.8, 0.8, 0.7. Only season he ever went positive, 0.8, 0.9. Comes back positive. With a higher win rate as well. 56% versus 42% was the lowest he had. Lion is only 3 pings? Okay, so if Lion is only 3 pings, then how did he know where exactly to shoot her? So if that's the last ping, he's following her through the wall and spraying at her, even though he can't see her. And chat still wants to say that there's nothing suspicious about that. You guys are crazy. Maybe he sees the zombie barrier and he's like, let me shoot on the side of it. I don't even think he can see the zombie barrier. This is the only thing he can see. This little hole. You can't see the zombie barrier. Actually, you can see that one, but you can't see this one. You would get red hit markers. I remember that. When you hit the zombie barrier. And like, all he can see here is just a giant blob. I think any player normally playing, if they saw the first zombie, they'd be like, this is all part of the same zombie. But instead, after spraying, he just then moves his aim again through the barricade perfectly at the zombie and tries to pre-fire her. Now, there is the possibility that somehow a negative KD gold player could know this normal setup, or this is more of like a pro league setup, I would say. And knows exactly where to pre-fire. Sure. I don't believe that. I think it's a bad player with cheats. I think chat's being way too lenient about them. He literally could not see the Azami at all. He had no pings on her. Let me even see, just to make sure. Does Lion's thing say that it only scans 3 times? Oh, it even shows that there's an example. It only pings 3 times. So instead of aiming where the ping was on her, he aimed where she went after the pings were over. And he had no vision on her. He did not know what that site's or the room setup looked like. He had no reason to know where the Azamis ended and where they began. And still he lined her up through the barricade and shot her through the wall. I think if you guys are defending that, you're crazy. I don't think the old idea guy was cheating, but I think that guy was cheating for sure. I just don't think he's good at the game. And that's why a lot of you guys think that he's not cheating, is because he's not good. Again, he walked around like a bot. He could not control any recoil at all, and yet he just fried her. But that's why we're not the judge. We're not the people who actually ban the cheaters. That's up for Ubisoft to decide. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. Let's move on to the next match. On Villa, we have Halo Tactic, who is accusing Heykilla. Heykilla, why does that name sound familiar? He is holding somewhere that no one is going, which is good for him. See, that's my reaction. That's why I can never believe when people kill me on that tight of an angle with instantaneous reactions. Because I see the like figure move past, and then by the time I react, they've already ran past. His first kill was normal though. He just jumped down and he got caught off guard because someone was pushing in. That's a little surprising that he pre-fired that, but again, with using the context of the first kill, I don't think he's walling blatantly, at least. It is a Thatcher, so Thatcher's heavy. He's a 3 armor. Or actually, that was Sledge. Still 3 armor. Right? Or is he a 2 armor now? Can't remember. But either way, heavy enough that maybe he heard them stepping and he was just ready with the pre-fire. He's a 2 armor? Okay. Not as heavy, but still heavy enough that he probably could have heard them slow walking. He did pre-fire that person as well, but this time he missed. So the pre-fires are getting a little weird, but they still, for the most part, make sense. He pre-fired there again. I don't know about how... Like, I know there's sound, there's reasons. Like, here he's pre-firing because of the proximity alarm. But to pre-fire here with no context or no reason seems odd after, like, 4 pre-fires in a row. But then there he doesn't pre-fire. He stares and kills. Maybe he's just trying to be fancy with it. We'll keep watching. Nerf Sledge, he's now the only 1 armor, 1 speed. That does sound like a Ubisoft nerf, to be honest. He is bot walking a little bit, but not too much. He's also like not in conflict right now, so it wouldn't surprise me if he's just like, I'm just gonna walk around, who cares? We got a whole lot of nothing. Him just holding nothing. Oh. Oh, then he got 1 kill. I guess he got it down. Let me make sure. So he didn't actually see the Nook. It's possible he could have just hit the flow state of being like, I actually didn't notice it until that time. When he 180s, he lands right on the Nook and then corrects his aim. Could be coincidence, could just be like, oh, maybe just check behind me and he overflicked. But then with him over-flicking back to the left side of the door, I don't know. With no call-out as well, because Echo would not have seen Nook. And did not see Nook. Isn't it a little funky that when he goes to look at the buck, instead of aiming at head level, which would be about here on the window, he aims all the way down here, which happens to perfectly be at head level here? The thing is, though, unlike the previous round, he does not pre-fire. He reacts and then whiffs. Here he overswings, doesn't kill him. Now keep in mind, that's his ace. So, if for whatever reason he wanted to look less suspicious, obviously you would not go for a crazy cool kill on the final kill. He still gets a deagle one tap, but it's not anything insane. Chat, what are we thinking so far? I think the lineup on the Nook through the wall is kind of crazy. He's 9-0 right now. This match somehow goes to overtime. 9-round overtime. His movement is very silver/gold with cheats. That's how I feel. It's like he's confident because he knows where people are, but he doesn't have the normal pizzazz that a good player has with their movement. Also, like, what are these gadget uses? So, this one's terrible because you can just shoot it from the door. It also doesn't even block the full archway. This one, also terrible. This one, I don't even know what that's supposed to be blocking. Now, if he forgot to change his secondary gadget and he brought those by mistake, then sure, maybe he's like, oh, well, I don't know what to do with these, so I'm just going to throw them down, but I don't know. I can't wait to pull up his account, and he's going to be like a champ player. He does spend, I'll give him this credit, he spends a lot of time just holding parts of the map that no one's pushing. If he's champ, I'm the president. We'll check and see after. I don't know for sure. I haven't looked at any of his stats. He does. Okay, we'll see one round on attack, and if I still feel pretty confident about him cheating, we'll swap to, or skip to round 9. He's 100% watching people through the walls. It does feel like it, but he's not, like, capitalizing on it at all, which gives him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. I don't know what this, like, wide swing on the rappel is. This is fine, but everything leading up to that was iffy. He's also, like, very slowly moving towards the door, which feels like stick drift, but I don't think he's on controller. Also, okay. I know, again, this is reading into it a lot. I have noticed that every single fight he has been in with someone, pay attention to his recoil control here. When he gets into this fight, his recoil control goes crazy. He, like, always goes way too far to one side and then collects himself and does fine. But, like, here, when he fights the Kaid swings, and then he goes way too far to the left. Like, I don't even know what he's aiming at anymore. And then he's like, okay, I'll just hold. So, like, the reason why that sticks out to me is that cheaters who aren't that great at the game will often have really bad recoil control because they don't know how to fight someone. They know where they are, and even there, it looks like he's trying to line this person up through the wall. Even though I don't think he saw them. I'll rewatch it in slow-mo. So, they don't know how to fight, but they know where everyone is. I can't even tell if that he would have seen her, but he did react to her shooting at him, so maybe just a reaction shot. Let me just watch this again. The knife is weird. That's normally a console, like, tick, but He wins that fight as well. That one looked more legit because it didn't look like he knew that they were crouched there. He was about to look over at the person who was about to swing. I don't know. With how much he keeps lining people up, I feel like it's gotta be cheats, but maybe, again, if he's not good, he wouldn't be great at using it to his fullest advantage. He doesn't use any utility. Is that true for all the rounds we've watched? He... Actually, wait. Wasn't he Valkyrie in round 2? Did he even put down cameras? I'm now thinking about that. He was Valkyrie. He did put down cameras, but he never uses them. And then, yeah, as Yana, he never used utility. In round 3... Round 1, he was Alibi. He put them down, but he didn't really use them. Legion, he just died. 18-3. I think he's cheating. 18-3. The one thing I'll give him credit on is that as far as recent cheaters have gone, I think he hides it very well. But I think the reason he hides it well is because I don't think he's that good at the game. Also, he was 11-2, which means that on the rounds they lost, he just saved his KD. Oh my god, no one dies for so long. Isn't he just standing right in front of the breach? He is. Anyone was here, he would just die. And this is their 18-3 player, who doesn't even care about the breach. Also, did he just line her up through the wall? Okay, so here, he turns around, and I swear it looks like he aims at the Osa. Oh. He could have just been looking that general direction. The zombie didn't load properly, but that's okay. He constantly melees when he's trying to lean. But he moves like a mouse and keyboard player. He just did it again. I know this might sound crazy, but what are the odds that he could also be on controller? Oh, maybe it could also be Zim. But then that'd mean he'd be cheating on console with wall hacks and Zim, but the way he keeps meleeing, it looks like he's a controller player. He doesn't move like a controller player. He pre-fired perfectly every time, but then the very last peak he did not pre-fire. I feel like he's cheating. He's an Emerald player. Do we believe that? He was tapping ADS to lean, then going back to hip fire. So he's playing on PC, but possibly a controller player on PC. Based off seasons, actually he could be a mouse-trapped controller player on PC, but he still plays on console. So definitely not mouse-trapped then. It could just be a controller player on PC. But I don't know. It did feel like he just knew too much a lot of the time and would like perfectly flick on people or perfectly look exactly where someone was about to push. But he's got a negative win rate, a slightly positive, or overly positive, I guess, KD. 1.4 is higher. On console, he's reached diamond a few times, but not really since then. I don't know. This feels weird. Chat, what do you guys think? Cheating, not cheating? Kind of legit. Cheating. Legit. Any suspicious stats? Headshots are all normal. KDs and win-losses are pretty normal. Encounters. A lot of copper and bronze players. Bronze, previously gold. So, the other possibility is it looks like he plays with primarily bronze and copper players. So it's possible he could be legit and just happen to get a lot of like perfect lineups, perfect pre-fires, but he's playing with super low rank players. Which would make sense then why he seems so confident. Because like, oh, what Sam just said as well. Like if we think back on the round where he got the ace, he played so confidently, he knew exactly where everyone was, never worried about anything. But if he's a emerald playing against coppers and bronzes, I think he'd probably play like that. So there's the chance he's not cheating, and instead he's just boosting himself by playing with bad people. Overall, that didn't feel like a real match. Like it did not feel like he was playing against other emeralds and stuff. If we look at that match, plat, and he plays with his bronze friends, 2 of them. And then the enemy team was 2 golds, 2 plats, and then what was Halo? Probably like a gold. He never really played that much, but he's still gaining 76 in copper, so probably like silver gold. So I think he's just playing in super easy lobbies at best. At worst, he's walling, and he's very good at hiding it. But I think it's most likely, so he was a diamond on console, comes over to PC to play on controller. Maybe he might even still be on console, but he's playing with his PC friends because of crossplay. But he's playing in super easy lobbies against like silvers and golds. So in that case, he wouldn't be cheating, but it's just scummy. It's always the people with non-VG creator charms. It's because a VG fan would never do something like that. In this match, we have Dreaded Jax, who's accusing XSD80, and then he says that Jacob also starts cheating, but I think he said he starts cheating at the very end. So yeah, XSD apparently is blatant right off the bat, and then Jacob turns on his cheats. That actually look kind of normal, but the way he's moving and aiming feels weird already. We're only half of a round in, and it doesn't feel like a normal player. No way he uses an Ash Charge to... Okay. I was gonna say, I thought he was going to use that to burn the Aruni gate. Oh, he's definitely walling. You just lined up that dock through the wall, crouch level headshot. Seemed like a intentionally weird swing. Like he wasn't trying to be playing. I don't know how to describe it. When people swing certain ways, I'm like, it feels like they're doing that so that they don't get the kill, so they're not suspicious. I know that sounds dumb, but it makes sense to me. Actually gets down pretty early. Why would he check fountain but not printer? I don't know, but it feels like he knows more than he should. Oh, he gets down super early from east. That's how they keep their stats looking normal. Intentionally dying? Yes, that is how people tend to do it. They will intentionally die or do something stupid so that they don't get killed. Or so they don't get the kill. He dies to the goo because he knows they're about to swing. Is that just being a fragger or is that cheating? It looked like he was lining up the... I think that was the Valkyrie through the wall or someone. But it also, he could have just been holding the corner. He also has never droned once. He just sprints in every single time. Okay, okay. He was lining up that dock through the wall. This guy cheating. He's just standing in front of a hole in the wall because he's tunnel visioned on killing Doc. Oh my god. Yes, he is cheating. Now, apparently, Jacob turns it on in round 9. He's an Odyssey headset, that's how he's so aware. True. Although, even with my amazing headset, audio has been so bad in Siege that I just can't tell where anyone is. Ever since the mid-season update, audio has been terrible. And I know a lot of other creators have complained about it, so I know it's not just me. But other people are saying that they hear too much. I don't hear anything since the mid-season patch. Okay, let's watch Jacob. Jacob 12893947. Oh. Guys, I'm going to make the crazy claim that they both have aim lock. Jacob is better. And now he's typing, saying garbage cheats probably. So, they are both cheating. It's good to know that XSD wasn't just, you know, frying people. He was blatantly cheating. XSD 80. He has a 3 KD in Emerald, up from a 1.11 KD in Silver. Damn. Not banned, by the way. With a 3 KD. I thought for sure he'd be auto-banned. And then this is Jacob. He has been banned. He has lower stats than the other guy in the same rank, but the exact same amount of matches played. Wait, no, this is not right. This is showing Jacob's stats. What is XSD stats? Oh, half the matches played. Higher KD, half the matches played. This guy has lower KD, double the matches played. So, don't know how only one of them got banned. I feel like they both should have been banned since they were both blatantly aimbotting, but maybe because Jacob won, then they're like, well, the other guy lost, so maybe he's not cheating. That is, that's disappointing that they only caught one of them. Well, moving on to the very last match of the day, chat. In this match, we have, Soup, who's accusing Just Retro. I'm guessing, Soup is a reference to, the Friends episode, where Joey just has to say, soup, and he can't even act that. That looked fine. Looked like he just checked the window as the guy jumped in and got the kill. That happens. I don't think that happens as much. You hear someone running up the stairs and then you aim at them through the wall. But maybe he just like aimed too closely. He's struggling to control the SMG-12, but he still gets the kill. Recoil got a lot better there, but it was the end of the round and he's not panicking, so... All he had to do was just back up a little bit and a free kill there, but he hits Flores in the dick, no headshot. Even though I think they should make it where if you shoot a male operator's dick, they instantly die. Hot take of the day. Well, he gets a kill on Twitch here. Don't think he should have won that, but he did. That was fine. I'm gonna say, I was a little suspicious with the first round of him killing the glass, but like that could easily be audio and that could have easily been just an over drag on the mouse, but this round's making me feel like he's not cheating. And that was fine. Recoil was better that time. And then, soup does not clutch up. Maybe if he was noodle soup. That's a reference for the Friends fans out there. Noodle soup. I think he's fine. He dies to Jackal here. I assume that's destroyed and just not rendering. I think if he was walling, he wouldn't have died so easily there. Let's see what he's like on attack. He is 0. He is droning, getting intel. It's been a full minute. This is good. This is what we like to see. He could be the first for sure innocent player. That was a full reaction. He aimed at the head holes on the left and then realized he was staring right at Womai. That's good. I'm just waiting to see the pop-up in the top right that he got reported for that kill. Terrible recoil control, which is good. It means he's more likely to be innocent. He's setting up camps for the flank. I assume, hoping that his teammates watch that. Oh, or he's gonna see it himself. That looked fine. He had a camera. I don't know if he would have been on it, but could have easily been getting call-outs from that. And he also saw them. That was a reaction. I think he's fine. I haven't seen anything bad. Okay, this is the final round. Let me judge real quick. Okay, that's a decent evil eye. That's a good evil eye. Bad evil eye. And he's playing in the closet. Not a fan. You should be playing below while hiding in a bush. That's what a real player does. Chat, he's cheating. I've deduced it. Not hiding in a bush? Cheater. I don't think he even... He gets one kill... One kill this round, towards the end. I'm curious what he did to cause the report, because again, not really seeing a whole lot. Everything has been fine. And the match even went to overtime. But now that I'm quickly looking at the team, maybe they're just not in a good lobby, because 4 people all holding this one area, and Maestro also just standing, I think, perfectly in view of the window. Bro. Jackal literally just needs to land your shot. Maestro was just standing out in the open. Jackal could have killed him. But he got scared. I think he shot there to cover the sound of him landing, and then someone shot at him through the wall. It was the soup guy. You'd definitely be able to hear the sledge rushing like that. He dies. Yeah, I don't think he's cheating. He is a plat with a 1.6 KD. That is a high KD, but maybe he's just in a rank that he shouldn't be. Maybe he should be still ranking up. Was that this one? Yeah. He was on Chalet. We have Soup, who is a silver, facing a team of plats for some reason. They have 1 plat on their team. Gold. Copper, a genuine copper. 0.3 KD. And he went 2 and 5 in this game. I think this was just really bad matchmaking, honestly. This looks like a team of silvers and like a copper with 1 plat against, for some reason, 2 plats and just retro, who is probably going to make it towards the end of plat. So very just unfair matchmaking. I have a video coming out. Actually, it'll be out the day before this video about rank 2.0, explaining it, all that stuff. And out of all the matches I had people submit to me saying it was unfair matchmaking, this is probably the most unfair one I've seen. You should not have like low rank silvers and coppers against plats. This just makes no sense. I want to see, was this guy queued with any of them? Maybe that's why? No, it doesn't even look like he was. So yeah, this was just terrible matchmaking. Silvers and coppers against platinums. Damn. See, that is the type of lobby that people should be complaining about. Not when they're in copper, but they're actually a champ facing champs. Like, that was bad matchmaking. Okay, chat, that is it for Hacker Replay today. A lot of question marks, I guess. Which ones were the actual, for sure, cheating ones? Azani's was using macros, which is cheating. Barcode guy, I believe, was cheating. Chat does not believe was cheating. Hey Killa, I think, was just boosting. XSD and Jacob were both cheating. So a lot of just like people who were borderline cheating, but not aimbotting and walling. But remember, chat, macros, Zim, all that is still cheating. It does not matter if it's not as bad as aimbot or wall hacks. It is still cheating. Okay.